Hey guys, in this video I'm going to share with you my time working in the Philippines in Cebu for over 2 years as a ESL trainer. Stick around. Okay guys, so a lot of people had asked me, they said, why don't you talk about your time working in the Philippines? I'd love to hear it. Is it possible to work in the Philippines? And if so, what kind of money can you make and what kind of jobs are available? Well, I don't have the answer to all of those questions, but I'm going to share with you what I do know. I will kind of tell you just a quick backstory of what happened. Initially, I wasn't even going to the Philippines. I had visited the Philippines one time, and after my one visit, I had decided that I probably was going to head to Colombia and live. And I had researched, I'd done all the research, and then I had joined, at the time, I had joined an expat group in the Philippines. I believe it was Cebu Expats Club. And I got a notification on one day I opened my Facebook and I looked and it said, looking for an ESL trainer, an English advisor. And I said to myself, wow, that is interesting. I doubt I'll get the job. I have no qualifications in teaching English. I was a claims adjuster for an insurance company. Currently, I was working as a claims adjuster. And I did start to teach English online prior, about a month ago. That was going to be some of my income that I was going to bring over. I started working, teaching English online about a month or two before I even came here. So very little experience. And so anyway, I emailed them and sent them over my resume, and they said, hey, would like to interview. And I said, okay, great. So I had one Skype interview and they asked me all kinds of questions. And next thing you know, they messaged me back, asked for a second interview and then the third interview. And after the third interview, they said, great, would love to hire you. When can you be here? And I really never expected this. And I wasn't actually expecting to move to the Philippines, but I ended up coming out here in 2016 is when I started. Landed in Cebu, and there I was. I was a English advisor, or a linguistic expert is what they called the position. And I began training Filipino teachers in American pronunciation. I helped write curriculum as far as like English books and material and training material. I helped proofread for the company, helped design different courses. And so it was really great. I was never actually an English teacher. I wasn't teaching the foreign students English. Filipino teachers were doing that. I just kind of oversaw it and was helping develop material, develop classes, write curriculum, train the Filipino teachers in like business English, things like that. And there I was for over 2 years before I finally hung up my hat and said, okay, I'd like to go try out Vietnam for a change, because after 2 years teaching, and I was working 40 plus hours a week, 40 to 50 hours a week, it really started to feel like something that I was trying to get away from in the US. I really didn't want to come over here and start working a 50-hour-a-week job with only weekends off, Saturdays and Sundays off. And I came over here so I could travel and see things in different places. And here I was stuck back in the grind again, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, weekends and holidays and things like that off. So hung up my hat, went to Vietnam. So let me go back to teaching again. I ended up, it was two schools, one in Lapu-Lapu, one in Cebu City. And one of the biggest ESL schools in the Philippines. We had students come from all over the world, mostly South Korea, Japan, China, Taiwan, some from Brazil, some from Iran, some other places, but mainly South Korea, Japan, and then China and Vietnam as well, and even Thailand. So we had students come from all over. They would actually live there and study, like maybe for a month or 2 months, depending on how much time they had to devote to it. And then we had one floor that was dedicated to just our teachers teaching students online. So between the two schools, we had over 1,000 teachers. And as an American coming over, I'm all of a sudden I've never worked for a foreign company before, so it was all a new experience. And believe it or not, it was almost all female teachers, all in their 20s. So you can imagine getting off the boat from the United States, and there I am working in a kind of position, and it's mainly young Filipinas. So I'm going to show some video and things of the teachers and things like that as we go along here. And I even ended up being in a commercial shown around the world in Brazil and Vietnam and Japan, which was pretty cool. And there it is up there. So another thing is, so out of this, I made some lasting friendships, which was fantastic. We had these amazing parties. We had year-end events and Christmas parties and summer events and anniversaries. And just the company would put on these great festivals. And I even got to judge a beauty contest and talent show one time, which was fantastic. Really cool to do that. And so it was just a great experience. Now, a little bit more information, because people may wonder, so it sounds like it's pretty easy to get a job in the Philippines. And the answer is no, it's not. It's actually very difficult. And as far as a work visa, you need to have a company sponsor you. You don't just apply for a work visa, get it, and then come over here and look for jobs. No, you come over here and you find a job, and then the company has to assist you in finding or filing the paperwork and getting you a work visa. However, in the Philippines, it has to be a job that a Filipino cannot do, or they have an extreme shortage of people where they need to hire a foreigner. Because in the Philippines, they do not want to hire someone who is not from the Philippines, because they have a high unemployment rate. And so basically it's their people first, which is understandable. And if a position can't be filled or done by a Filipino, then they will hire a foreigner. The pay is not great. Benefits were okay. I got a stipend for my housing allowance. I got travel once a year back to my home country, a plane ticket, a certain dollar amount. They gave me transportation costs, food, a food stipend, and then a salary. I got health insurance. I got medical, dental, my work visa, all taken care of. So the benefits were fantastic for someone who was looking to live here. It was fantastic. Initially, I was only making around about $1,000 a month. When I left, now that's not including the stipends and the health insurance and all that. That's just extra. But the salary was around $1,000 a month. By the time I ended up leaving after 2 years, I had jumped up in salary quite quickly, and I was making a couple thousand a month. Is that a lot of money? No, but if you take the circumstances and where I'm living and cost of rent, food, and things, cost of living here, then it's a pretty decent salary. And I was doing a few hours teaching English online and other sources of income as well. So that was fantastic. Now, I did actually have a second job offer when I got here, and that was at a call center. Now, often if you come out here, if you want a job, you can look at ESL schools. You could perhaps teach English. Typically, you won't be in that position. You'll be like maybe training Filipinos in American pronunciation, proofreading, things like that, help develop curriculum. Or you could work in a call center, and a lot of times you are reviewing calls and making sure they're using proper English, or they're handling, maybe they don't have a lot of experience dealing with Americans or Canadians or Australians or what have you. And so you're coaching them, listening to calls and things like that. They have that position. And some people, if you have a specialty, perhaps you're in the medical field or you're a IT guy, then there are opportunities in those fields as well. Again, are you going to make a lot of money? No, not initially. You can do okay. You can do okay with when you consider the cost of living here. Remember, you know, a $2,000 salary a month here is really almost like making $4,000 or $5,000 compared to the U.S. really, because of the low rent, low electric, things like that, cost food. So, however, if you want to live just in Southeast Asia, you can do much better. You can go work in Vietnam teaching English. You can work in Malaysia, and Malaysia is actually pretty wide open for teaching, and also lots of other kinds of jobs, and even Thailand. So there are job opportunities in the Philippines. I have a feeling it's going to be even harder, certainly with this pandemic. But all in all, it was a fantastic experience. Met some lifelong friends, got to work with, great people, and met people from all over the world. And of course, as a single guy initially, my God, over 1,000 teachers, again, 95% Filipina in their 20s. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to show some pictures. But guys, if you have any questions or comments about working out here in Southeast Asia, what it takes, becoming an ESL teacher, any of that, go ahead and message me in the comments. Let me know, and I'll do my best to answer those. Also, if you are looking to become ESL certified, you do need the TEFL. If you want to do a specialty like IELTS or anything like that, link is in the description. It's very inexpensive to get that certification, and it's good to have, because if you're in Asia, you can use that all over. Really can, to work everything from working online to working in different countries in Asia. So guys, I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. Thanks for inquiring about my experience there in Cebu and working. And if you have any, if you guys found this video helpful, please share it, hit the thumbs up, and hit the bell notification. That way you're notified each time a new video or live stream comes out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.